In today's MLB Recap, we're going to talk about the Dodgers suffering another setback. This time, it's their $140 million pitcher, Tyler Glasnow. The Rockies, they officially let go one of their fan favorite and former All-Stars. We'll talk about that. Austin Riley made one of the craziest plays of the year thanks to the first base coach of the Angels, and it happened again. Bobby Witt Jr. as well as Aaron Judge, they both homered. And oh, by the way, make sure you stick around until the end because you do not want to miss a national holiday. It was Paul Skeens Day. Before we start today's recap, I just want to tip my cap to the sponsors of this channel, SeatGeek and Underdog Fantasy. These recaps would basically be impossible to make without SeatGeek, so use code Fuzzy to save 20 bucks off all your tickets. And again, Underdog Fantasy, a huge shout out to them. Use code Fuzzy, and if you're a brand new user, you get a free pick'em and $250 in bonus cash. Thank you for supporting the channel. If you guys like home runs and absolute chaos, you are going to love this first game. Look at the 2019 NL MVP Cody Bellinger going yard. So he makes it 2-0 Cubs, and then his team crumbled defensively. Look at all of these miscues. Swanson, he must have hit the red on the throwing meter. A run scored on that error, and then you have Leo Jimenez. He ties it with his second career home run. But Pete Crow Armstrong is finally figuring out big league pitchers. Now, I put a little caveat on that. He's not fully breaking out, but that is a home run. He and Miguel Amaya went back-to-back. Miguel's went a whopping 426 feet, which Ian Happ beat a few innings later. He walloped a 433-foot moonshot, his 21st of the season. By the way, he's 29 years old. He has 2 Gold Gloves and 4 seasons of 20-plus home runs. He's having a solid little career. We head to the 9th inning. Closer Hector Neris is imploding again. He should not be their closer. He ended up loading the bases, and even when he did something good, it didn't work out because a strike 3 call turned into a balk. And yo, George Springer, he sprung on a pitch. That is a 2-run triple. Neris officially blows a 3-run lead, but lucky for him, Seiya Suzuki in the bottom of the 10th inning, he bailed him out from fans remembering what he just did. That is a walk-off single. The Cubs are 4.5 games back of a wild card spot. Can they make the comeback? Let me know in the comments. What about the Tampa Bay Rays? They're trying to be the Cubs in the AL. It's Players Weekend. That's why Jock Peterson is using a yellow crayon bat. Do you say crayon or crayon? He drives in an RBI. By the way, I ordered that bat. Stay tuned. You guys love these IRL videos. They might be coming back. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. makes it 2 RBI singles for the Diamondbacks. And oh no, Ryan Pepiot had a runaway fastball. He smashed into Eugenio Palma, and I'm hoping that he's going to be okay, but they called it a swing switch strike 3. Now, Suarez did stay in, so I'm happy about that. The starter for the Diamondbacks, Ryan Nelson, he was pumping strikes all game long. He had 1 mistake pitch. Dylan Carlson, the power is so back. He had 0 home runs in 59 games as a Cardinal. He has 3 already as a Ray. Carlson wasn't done there. After Josh Lowe Wait, he didn't knock the score. That is a 2-run single. The Rays are winning now. Josh, he is juiced up. He's fired up. And Carson, he hit a clutch rocket single to extend the lead. And good thing that he did that because Corbin Carroll tied it with 1 strike to spare, and he knew it was gone. That's the Corbin Carroll that we all know and love. It's now 4-4, but the Diamondbacks rookie, Justin Martinez, he walked Johnny DeLuca. DeLuca can fly. Brandon Lau, he hit one just past the diving Blaze Alexander. The ball kind of trickled to Jake McCarthy, who tried to go with the bare hand. He thought DeLuca was going to go, but he was held up and he missed it, and then DeLuca went. That is a walk-off error. The Rays are 6.5 games back of a wild card spot. What are their chances of making the playoffs? One more former All-Star to talk about. The Phillies, they gave Carlos Ruiz, I think this is the home plate from Cole Hamels no-hitter or something like that. Carlos is one of 2 catchers ever to catch 4 no-hitters. The Phillies, by the way, and all of the other guys in baseball are wearing numbers on their hats. It's a callback to Little League where you would have the numbers on your hat. So we find ourselves in the, I think, 3rd inning where Castellanos and Romuto, they both had some RBI singles, all while Aaron Nola absolutely stole the show on the bump. He almost went 7 shutout, and he needed that in the worst way because he allowed 7 earned runs his previous 2 starts. Now we get a little bit of spiciness later on in the game as Kyber Ruiz, he strikes out against Jeff Hoffman, and Jeff Hoffman, they were kind of staring at each other. He hit him with the shimmy. Like, I don't know if he's been fully displaced. If you're a Phillies fan, let me know if Carlos Estevez has taken over that role, but he came in versus the Nationals core, and then Estevez, he gave up 2 runs on 3 base hits. He blows the save. Luis Tena, who they got in the Lane Thomas trade, he had an RBI right back where it came from, and then the Nationals speed tied things up at 2. No chance for the double play. Tena, he took off, and if you thought that Estevez was bad, Washington closer Kyle Finnegan was even worse. He did not get a single out. 2 base hits, a walk. That means the bases are loaded for Trey Turner. Now strikeouts, 3 base hits, a walk, and the Phillies, they've won 3 games in a row. Here we go, some news on a former All-Star that just got dropped or put on waivers by the Rockies, Elias Diaz, last year's All-Star Game MVP and fan favorite down in Coors Field. He was just put on waivers. There's 2 parts of this. One, they want to give Drew Romo a shot. He's batting nearly 300 with 14 home runs in AAA this year, so that's the first thing. The second thing, I think they just want to get Elias to a playoff contender. Maybe Cleveland gives him a chance, or the Padres, but because it's a waiver system, the teams with the worst record have a chance at claiming him before the teams with the best record. Keep that in mind. Maybe he goes to the Padres. And speaking of the Padres, Cal Quantrill somehow worked his way out of this bases loaded jam. He strikes out Manny Machado, then got Xander to escape a big-time threat. And his offense powered him for a 4-run first inning with McMahon. He had an RBI knock right before a 440-foot towering home run off the bat of Brendan Rodgers. I haven't really seen this from Rodgers consistently. I'm hoping that he can keep it up and break out to end the season. Ha-Sung Kim, he cut the Rockies lead in half. He has 11 home runs and 22 stolen bases. Don't forget that he can opt out after this season. Chuck Nasty, how far is this baseball going? 450 for the 38-year-old Xander. He then almost matched Charlie Blackmon. Blackmon went 450. Xander goes 447 feet. The knuckleballer Matt Waldron, he ended up allowing 7 runs. As the rookie Jordan Beck, he had 3 base hits. So the Rockies are very much saying, we're going to go with rookies for the rest of the year. And would you look at that? Both the Padres and the Diamondbacks lost. So that means that the Dodgers, they have a rare chance to move up a game in the West. But we have a pretty devastating player update before we show the Dodgers highlights. Glasnow, he's getting all the memes right now. Tyler Glasnow is being called Glass now, like made of glass. This is his second IL stint this year, and he has elbow tendonitis. He has a career high 134 innings this year. The fact that that's his career high is crazy, and I don't think that this is a phantom IL thing considering how small their lead is in that division. This is as serious as it gets, at least in my opinion. The Dodgers are taking on the Cardinals in St. Louis, and Gavin Lux, he jumped on the first pitch. He's going to try future Gold Glover Victor Scott. He had it until he didn't. Luxy ambushed the first pitch and he hits a home run. Goldie, I mean, he wants to make sure that he secures another 20 home run season. He's at 19 now. Mason Wynn, he jumped on a pitch as well. Sorry if I'm going a little bit fast. I have a lot to do today. Some of you guys like when I speed through these, and some of you guys want me to take my time. Regardless, do you want to see the longest home run by Cardinal at home this year? Pedro Paez with the no batting gloves. He goes 462 feet. The Cardinals, they take a 4-2 lead after that moon bomb, only to have Mookie Betts and the Dodgers storm right back and steal back the momentum. Betts has 12 home runs and a 4 WAR despite missing like 2 months, and the Dodgers, they tied it on a Miguel Rojas single. Kevin Kiermaier, he sealed it. He put a bow on it, a 3-run home run to make it 7-4, and that was just enough. Even though Brendan Donovan brought it closer on his 4th base hit, and now it's 7-6 after Pedro Paez knocked in Goldie, but St. Louis had to face off against Mason Miller. Dodgers, Michael Kopech, who was literally Mason Miller, 3 up, 3 down. He struck out 2 on only 13 pitches. He's allowed 1 hit as a Dodger with 13 strikeouts, and he just got his first save. The Dodgers are back to a 3-game lead in the NL West. God, what is this next game? 22 runs were scored between the Orioles and the Red Sox. Boston, they laced a few doubles in the very first inning as Willier, he made it easy for Jaron, and then Devers, he sawed himself off like that. It looked like it really hurt, but he jammed himself for an RBI double. He didn't get jammed in a second at bat. Rafi is one of the greatest extra base guys I've ever seen with my own eyes. 32 doubles and 26 home runs already, and there's like 41 games left. Corbin Burns, his first meltdown in a while, happened in the same game that Cooper Criswell also melted down as well. Eloy Jimenez and Jackson Holiday both ripped some RBI extra base hits. Eloy, he's been such a sneaky good pickup for the Orioles. He plays Mountcastle, and then he scores on Jackson Holiday's first ever big league triple. That's a 3-bagger. Then a wild pitch reset the score, so it's back to being 0-0. You know, it's 4-4, but you know what I mean. The Red Sox, they always fight back, though. That lineup is relentless, just like the Orioles. Duran got on again. He got on base 4 times, and is that 8 runs? 8 runs versus Corbin Burns. Masataka Yoshida hit a 3-run home run. Corbin went from a 2.47 ERA to begin August. He now has a 3.1 ERA. If he had any chance of winning the Cy Young against Tarek Skubal, that is out the window now. The Orioles, they grabbed a few runs when Boston said, gimme. David Hamilton tagged a 2-run home run. The rookie now has 7 home runs and 31 stolen bases. Jaron has 15 home runs, 65 extra base hits, and 29 stolen bases. What is this game? Ramon Urias, he had a huge game. 3 base hits, 5 RBIs. Masataka almost matched him. He had 4 RBIs, and the Red Sox, they barely hang on. Kenley Jansen gets his 443rd save in the same game that Kimbrel allowed 3 runs. The Orioles lose, and I'll just spoil it right now. The Yankees, they've won their 3rd game in a row. Verdugo, he's still using batting gloves despite the fact that a revelation has been made. He is allergic to the material in batting gloves, but he's still using them. His sac fly was all that Garrett Cole needed, and check this out. Speaking of batting gloves, Josh Young of the Rangers, he's a star. His younger brother, Jace, is making his debut. He holds the bat weird. He only uses 1 batting glove as well. Whatever works, man. Just ask Kevin Youkilis. He walks in his first at-bat, and skipping to the 5th inning, Oswaldo Peraza, he welcomed himself back to the big leagues with a home run. I'm praying that he keeps this up. Garrett Cole, 6 shutty with 8 strikeouts. He held the Tigers to just 4 base hits over those 6 frames, and he painted 98 versus Young to end his night. Now, this is fun. Trey Sweeney, he was traded to the Dodgers and then the Tigers, but he was a former New York prospect. He reached on a Gleyber error, and then Volpe just flat out dropped the ball. What is going on? Are the Yankees about to blow it, and I just lied to you guys about winning 3 in a row? They finally caught a ball. Judgy, he went 430 plus feet for his 43rd home run of the year as Clay Holmes. He struck out 2. He's got 26 saves, and yes, the Yankees' 3-game win streak means they have a 1-game lead over the Orioles in the AL East. Bobby Witt Jr. will not let up. He just went to the 2nd deck in Cincinnati. He's got 25 home runs. That means he has back-to-back 25 home run, 25 stolen base seasons, and he's still batting over 340, so he's going to keep on adding to that. Nick Martinez, the pitcher for the Reds, he knew it was gone instantly. Bobby added a double later in the 6th, and he scores after Ellie and India couldn't make that play happen. Salvi, he's given an RBI single. Adam Frazier, he added 1 more, and then Cincy, they stole that last run back on a Stevenson double to the gap. I wanted to show that for Reds fans, as India, he flew around from first, and that was the only run that Michael Lorenzen scored. Kansas City said, we'll be taking that run back and then adding to it. Freddie Fermin, he laced an RBI double. Bobby, he was a triple away from... They just walked him. They intentionally walked him. They wanted a force out against Vinny Pasquantino, but Vinny Pasquantino is the Sasquatch. He took full offense. He was the Michael Jordan, and I took that personally meme. He socked the home run as the Royals, they beat the Reds easy 7-1. The Royals have won 8 of their last 11 games, and Minnesota, they're about to win their 2nd in a row as Ryan Jeffers erased a Texas lead. You get it because he's using a pencil bat. Jeffers is using that pencil bat, and I don't exactly know what Carlos Santana is using, but he just launched a 3-run game-winning home run off the lefty Andrew Heaney. They wanted him to try and get 1 more out so they could face the lefty Max Kepler. It's a bad idea because Santana, he is a lefty master. He's got 17 home runs. Royce Lewis, he wanted 1, but Adolis Garcia says no. He's been playing some really good defense lately, and Royce, he can't do anything but tip his helmet. Carlos, he's showing that 38-year-olds deserve a job even on a playoff contender. He made a sick grab, but like I said, his home run sealed it. Not even the Simeon solo home run or a Langford RBI single could rally the rest of the troops. The Rangers fall 4-3. Johan Duran blew it past Simeon to end it. He has 18 saves. And Christmas is about to come early for both the Royals and Twins fan base. The Brewers were their Santa Claus, as Gavin Williams has been borderline useless lately, which is sad to say because I'm a Guardians fan. We need Gavin to be locked in. He grazes William Contreras' hand, and then Willy Adames, he can just watch his majestic mammoth 3-run home run sail out of there, and there goes the Brewer guy on the slide just to rub it in. Garrett Mitchell used that elite speed to rope an RBI double, and right before Bryce Terang brought in Milwaukee's 5th run of the day, Aaron Savali, he escaped a jam with a nasty outside cutter. He was facing his former team, so he had heightened emotions. He goes 6 scoreless with 4 strikeouts. J-Ram, I'll show this, he smacked a 2-run home run. He's got 32 home runs, 100 RBIs now on the dot with 27 stolen bases. David Fry, he was traded from the Brewers to Cleveland back in 2022 for a guy named J.C. Mejia, who I think is now banned by Major League Baseball. The Brewers take this game 5-3 after a pretty play in right field from Sal Frelick. The Brewers have won 3 games in a row, so yes, the Twins and the Royals, they both gained a game in the AL Central. From the Guardians to a former Guardian, Francisco Lindor and the Mets made easy work of the Miami Marlins. Nimmo, he turned on the Jets to score on a JD Martinez blooper, and I'm going to skip the few runs that the Marlins scored. I'm sorry, Marlins fans, but Jeff McNeil will not stop hitting home runs. He has 12 home runs this year. 7 of those 12 have come since the All-Star break, and he really enjoyed this one. Lindor, he did a great job to wait on this loopy curveball, and he kept it just fair past the diving Jake Berger, who we will talk about later. That's Lindor's first triple of the season, and then Nimmo, he was showing off the speed earlier. Now he's flexing the pop. That's his first home run since the All-Star break, which is 13 fewer than Jake Berger, who now has 14 home runs since the All-Star break. The Mets win 7-3 over the Marlins. The Mets were praying with all their might to the team literally named after heavenly beings. The Angels, they have to clutch up versus the Braves. Now, this is not the way that the Mets would have hoped that this game would have started, as Sean Murphy and Kelnick, they both singled in an RBI. Sean's was hit much harder, and then Rendon, he just kind of sucks now, not going to lie. He whiffed that Kelnick dribbler. By the way, Rendon was taken out with an injury later in the game. That's his 7th time in the last 2 years that he's been on the IL. Soriano, he only made it 3 1/3, but listen to this. The bullpen, they may not be the stepdad, but they're the dad that stepped up. The Halos bullpen held the Braves scoreless while Logan O'Hoppe hit a 2-run jack to center field. Logan now has 17 home runs, and it would have been an even bigger game had Orlando Arcia not robbed him at shortstop. Mickey Moniak, maybe a 3-run home run. That ball was maybe 3 centimeters short of clearing the yellow line and being a home run. It's still an RBI double. Make it back to... Whoa, no chance. Austin Riley just made... Austin Riley with the play of the year for any third baseman, and he was kind of helped out by the first base coach who told Joe Adell to round and go to second. Do not blame Joe Adell for that one. Ben Joyce was great to end the game. He turned 2 to end the 8th inning. He was throwing 103 in the 9th inning, and he gets a 5-out save on just 14 pitches. That's a big-time W if you're a Mets fan, because now you're just 1 game back of the Braves for that 3rd and final wildcard spot in the NL. Grady's White Sox are here, and even the baseball gods are kind of looking out for Grady. This should have been a double play, but the White Sox, they go up 1 on a botched double play. Luis Robert Jr. stepped up with 1 on in the 3rd, and oh my. La Pantera went to the train tracks. That's his first home run in a while. He wants another one. This one's going to be close. He hit it a mile high into the sky, and the Crawford boxes giveth and they taketh away. Everyone talks about the short porch in Yankee Stadium, but that ball was only at 329 feet, so he had 2 home runs his previous 33 games, 2 home runs in this one. Jake Myers, he went even further into the boxes, but the Astros, they could not add to that 2-run jolt as they let La Pantera get hot. Luis had a big 4 RBI day, which ended up being massive because John Singleton avoided all things that had to do with singles and anything with his name. He went over the fence. Grady Sizemore's White Sox, they end the Astros' 8-game win streak, and maybe I'm biased, but he should be the manager in 2025. It seems like the players and the fan base like him a lot. It is Paul Skeens bump day. Paul tossed 3 scoreless before this sick web gem from Luke Raley, who is now playing first base for the Mariners. He's looking like Mr. Fantastic with the elastic arms. And this right here is not fantastic if you're a Pirates or Skeens fan. Cal Raleigh has all the pop in the world, so no shock there. But it was a 2-run home run because Skeens, he walked Polanco. Walks have been a big-time issue for Skeens as of late. IKF, he's been a really nice ad for the Pirates. This RBI single combined with Yasmani Grandal's pimp job off of Logan Gilbert, who was throwing 100 miles an hour. Like, Logan was locked in this game. Yasmani's auto bat flips are some of my favorite bat flips of all time. Now, again, Logan looked really good. He was pumping 100, but he just kind of ran out of steam a few times as this McCutcheon sac fly gave Paul Skeens the lead. And Paul, he just walked his 4th hitter. He's never allowed that many in a start, and luckily, Josh Rojas gave him a double play and saved him as he goes 6 innings with 6 strikeouts, but he has 11 walks over his last 4 starts. Still, though, he's got a 2.3 ERA and 121 strikeouts in his first 98 innings. That is insane. We head to the 7th inning. Kutch, he hurt himself after he hit a single. G1 Bay is in for him, and G1 Bay can absolutely fly, so he scores on this 2-run flare off the bat of O'Neal Cruz. But now O'Neal is hobbled. He had to come out as well. Kutch had a knee issue. Cruz had an ankle issue. More bad news. David Bednar still kind of stinks. That is a home run to Jorge Polanco, then a hard double to Luke Raley. This is looking really bad. Now, there's a strikeout. Okay, nice. Back-to-back strikeouts. 3 strikeouts. David Bednar bounces back. He has 21 saves. The Pirates snap out of their 10-game losing streak. The Mariners have lost 4 games in a row, but because the Astros lost, they're still 3 games back in first place. Well, everyone, that does it for today's recap. That was a long one. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like, hit that subscribe button, and enjoy the web gems.
Line and picked at second base by Bogart. Took a look.
3-2. Little chopper ground ball coming in. Rendon, he's got it. Throws across. Oh, wide.
Towards the hole, Castro dives, pops to his feet, skips it across, Santana!
Listen, as everybody knows, you're not one to celebrate much. Doyle leaps it.
That's sprayed to left field, tailing toward Teoscar, who slides and makes...
3-2 and a line shot. And we will go to the bottom of the 9th.
Back toward the middle, diving stop by Stott. Wow, what a play.
And he hits it to the right side. McNeil with a sliding stop, gets up and throws it.